Welcome to a tale that's gripped minds for decades, the haunting of the Amityville house. Nestled in a quiet town of New York, Amityville possesses an ethereal charm, a tranquil facade that belies the horrifying secret it cradles within. A quaint house it may seem from the outside, yet its history tells a story of a chilling crime that is sure to send shivers down your spine. Imagine it's now 1974. A peaceful neighborhood abruptly shattered by a shocking revelation. 6 members of the DeFeo family found brutally murdered in their sleep. The only survivor, Ronald DeFeo Jr., later confessed to the gruesome act, succumbing to voices he claimed influenced him. The house seemed to breathe a sigh of relief as DeFeo was hauled away, but this was just the beginning. The Lutz family moved in a year later, drawn by the house's irresistible charm and surprisingly affordable price. Unbeknownst to them, the house had a chilling past. Perhaps they thought they could write a new chapter for the house, erase its grim history. Little did they know, they were about to become characters in its horrifying narrative. Soon enough, strange occurrences started happening. Cold spots in certain rooms, an invisible entity knocking things down, glimpses of a figure in the corner of their eyes. Every dark corner of the house whispered tales of its horrible past, making their lives a living nightmare. The Lutz family could only stand it for 28 days before fleeing the house, leaving everything behind. But let's start at the beginning, a chilling real-life horror story. The unimaginable horror unfolded within the walls of a house much like the one you've seen in movies. It was a typical suburban home, white picket fences, manicured lawns, and neat rows of flowers. But it was within this facade of normality, this veneer of tranquility, that the unthinkable took place. The DeFeo family, a seemingly average American family, was living out their lives, oblivious to the impending doom. Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son in the DeFeo family, was a troubled young man. On the fateful night of November 13th, 1974, he committed an act so horrendous, it still sends shivers down the spine of anyone who hears the tale. DeFeo, in a chilling, ruthless move, exterminated his entire family, killing his parents and 4 younger siblings. He murdered 6 family members, all while they were blissfully lost in their dreams, unaware of the nightmare that was about to unfold. The aftermath was a scene of pure carnage, bodies strewn across the house, lives snuffed out in an instant. The police were baffled, the neighbors shocked beyond belief. The peaceful suburban community was forever scarred by this ghastly episode. And yet, the most chilling part of this tale is not the what, but the why. Why would a young man commit such an unspeakable act? What drove him to such depths of depravity? The reason behind this heinous crime remains a haunting enigma, changing over time from voices in DeFeo's head to vast, unproven conspiracies. In 1975, George and Kathy Lutz and their 3 children moved into an idyllic suburban home, utterly unaware of the chilling past it harbored. The house, a handsome Dutch colonial revival, was located at 112 Ocean Avenue, where it stood seemingly innocuous. Its walls were the color of old parchment, and it had a gambrel roof that gave it a distinctive, not unpleasant appearance. The Lutz, brimming with anticipation and dreams of a bright future, were oblivious to the unseen horrors that lurked within. Unusual, eerie events began to occur almost immediately after they settled in. The wooden doors would slam shut unexpectedly, startling the family members and interrupting the serenity of their new home. Their beds would shift and move of their own volition, shaking the occupants and leaving them in states of fear and confusion. Odd shapes, elusive and fleeting, played tricks on their eyes, distorting their sense of reality. Unexplained phenomena began to dominate their lives, casting a dark shadow on their once hopeful dreams. The house grew colder, the temperature dropping inexplicably, sending shivers down their spines. A perpetual icy chill filled the rooms, seeping into every corner and crevice, wrapping itself around the furniture and walls. It was an eerie, uncomfortable cold that seemed to seep into their very bones, echoing the morose, sinister history of the house. The house's icy chill incontrovertibly matched the cold, dark history it held. Investigators swarmed in, seeking the supernatural. A palpable sense of excitement and fear pervaded the air. Each individual carried with them a certain reverence reserved for the unknown. The house, an old Victorian-era relic, stood ominously against the backdrop of the setting sun. Its gabled roofs and towering spires cast long, foreboding shadows that seemed to dance in the fading twilight. Each door creak, each wind's whistle, each footfall on the ancient wooden floors added to the ambience of unease and suspense. The investigators were a motley group. Some were ardent believers in the paranormal, their eyes reflecting an avid curiosity and an insatiable desire to uncover the truth. Others were skeptics, their skepticism etched firmly on their faces. They were here to debunk, to rationalize, to seek out the logical explanation that lurked beneath the layer of ghostly tales. Tales had been spun, stories of eerie encounters that sent chills down the spine. Some claimed to have seen apparitions, others heard unexplainable sounds. Each account was more chilling than the last, but skepticism remained pervasive. Doubt and disbelief abounded, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the accounts of the spectral sightings. And so, as the night deepened, the mystery lingered. Questions hung heavy in the air, unanswered, echoing in the silence of the house. Debates ensued, arguments were made. Was it a haunted house or a fabricated tale? The old house stood silent, its secrets firmly locked within its ancient walls. The claims faced scrutiny, labeled a money-making scheme by skeptics and non-believers. Immediately, doubts started to circulate amongst the townsfolk and beyond. Whispers echoed through local gatherings, the local pub, and even in the pews of the church. These whispers were about a money-making scheme, a plot to pull wool over the eyes of the common folk. Questions were raised, concerns were voiced. The tales of the haunted house were tall indeed. Could they be true? Or were they merely concocted stories, invented to draw in gullible tourists? The mystery deepened, the intrigue heightened. Investigators remained unseen, their identities shrouded in mystery. The absence of concrete evidence, the contradicting police reports, all added fuel to the fire of suspicion. The local law enforcement seemed at a loss, their reports contradicting the rumors, increasing the confusion manifold. And yet, despite the doubts, the skepticism, and the lack of concrete proof, the lure of the haunted house persisted. Its eerie appeal remained undiminished, the pull as strong as ever, and the stories of its haunting more popular than ever before. Yet, amidst the ghostly controversy, the true horror lies in the reality of DeFeo's actions. This statement holds an undeniable truth. The controversy is fascinating and chilling, of course. Ghost stories have always been, captivating us with their eerie allure, their unsettling blend of the familiar and the bizarre. We are drawn in by their whispering tendrils of fear, the shivers they send down our spines. We are enticed by their mysteries, their unanswered questions, their shadowy half-truths. But the real nightmare, the genuine bone-deep terror, is rooted not in these spectral tales and myths, but lies starkly in the daylight world of DeFeo's actions. It's a stark reminder of our own humanity, our capacity for evil. The true terror is not found in the whispers of ghosts, but rather in the harsh reality of human actions, in the tragedy that unfolded within those walls. The stories of levitation and ooze, of cold spots and phantom voices, are indeed chilling. They ignite our imaginations, send our thoughts spiraling into the world of the supernatural. They are the tales we share in hushed whispers, the stories that make our hearts race and our palms sweat. But they are, ultimately, just tales. The genuine terror resides in the tragedy, not the tales of levitation or ooze. This is the undeniable reality. The horror lies not in the stories we weave, but in the terrifying actions of a solitary man. It's the grim reality that no ghost story, no matter how chilling, can truly encapsulate. The Amityville tale, whether fact or fiction, has etched its mark in history. A tale so potent in its mystery and horror that it continues to captivate the minds of millions to this day. Rooted deeply in its origins, the Amityville saga is far more than just a simple ghost story. It's a chilling tale, a captivating narrative that intertwines reality and the supernatural in a way that, quite frankly, sends shivers down our spines even as we delve deeper into it. Ghosts or specters, phantoms or spirits, the story has been told in countless ways over the years. Some narrate it as a chilling encounter with apparitions from the unseen world, others as the manifestation of pure evil in a quaint, unsuspecting neighborhood. But all versions agree on one thing, that something inexplicably eerie took place in that haunted house, a phenomenon that defies the confines of human comprehension. Peeling back the layers, we come to the central figure of this chilling narrative, the man, the mystery, the enigma, Ronald DeFeo Jr. His actions on that fateful night have sparked countless debates on the true nature of evil and the extent to which a human being can descend into the abyss of darkness. The haunting actions of DeFeo Jr. remain a mystery, a puzzle that we're all drawn to solve. His crime, his act, his actions, they have all been dissected, analyzed, and pored over. Yet they remain as mystifying as they were the day they happened. The conduct of DeFeo Jr. remains an enigma, a chilling, unsolvable puzzle that sends a cold ripple through our collective consciousness every time we think about it. Ghosts or not, the chilling truth remains: Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s haunting actions and the echoes of his mystery.